it's great to see you actually at a European Championships. The last time I spoke to you, you just had the nod that you were on the plane, which was absolutely brilliant. You put in a great performance as well. How has it been since you've been here in Germany?
It's been good. It's been a great experience. Just arriving and obviously seeing the country when we first arrived. Base camp is unbelievable. So just spending time with the lads and the staff. We're a really together group. So yeah, it's been really good so far.
What was the Serbia game like? How did you view it from your perspective? Because there's a bit of a change, isn't there, in terms of the narrative around it. It was a 1-0 win, which is 3 points on the board. But how did you view it?
Yeah, I thought we played very good first half, very controlled. I thought we dominated the game. I think at some point in that game, with the players they had on the pitch, they were going to come back in and test us, because they're playing for the country. They're not just going to lie down and let us win because we're England. And we didn't expect that. And thankfully we never, because we were in a position to defend really well. We stuck together as a team. And this competition's about winning, regardless of how we do it. And that's what we done.
You certainly did. The celebration between Trent and Jude, they've already explained it in terms of this Wolf game.
Yeah.
Are you part of the Wolf crew, first of all?
Yeah, the Wolf crew is big. We haven't played just yet, but I'm sure we will. I think everybody's part of the Wolf. It's a team thing. You don't know where it is? I
mean, I've not played it, but I think we're going to have to. Team talkSPORT have been talking about it.
So you need probably at least 10 people.
Okay.
And it's basically you're trying to catch out the liars in the group. Okay. Some are better than others.
Who's the best liar?
Trent's a good liar. I've only played with him once, but he was good. I haven't played it with this team yet.
Okay.
I played it with the 21s, so I'm looking forward to playing with this team.
Okay, so that, it will become an iconic celebration, I think, that one. I was right in front of it when it happened. I was thinking, what are they doing? But they seem to have a really lovely little bromance going on, the two of them. Is that what it's like behind the scenes as well?
Yeah, they get on really well. They're always together, sort of breakfast, lunch and dinner, that you always see sort of one with the other. It's a good relationship, and obviously it's helping because now Trent's going into the midfield. It benefits Jude because they're sort of friends, they can help each other through it, and Trent's new to the position, so he's going to need Jude's help sometimes, and having that friendship and that relationship is going to help. Yeah, you could tell that on the pitch as well. They don't get up to anything that we shouldn't know about behind the scenes, should they?
No. Who are the pranksters behind the scenes?
The pranksters? I haven't been pranked just yet, so I don't really want to throw names out there. I'd say if there ever was one, I'd say Walks, okay. Kyle Walker.
I've heard that.
He's just a funny guy. He's just always very light-hearted, always having a laugh. But just as long as he doesn't prank me, we're all right.
No, exactly. Okay, well, see that as a warning, Kyle. In terms of, everybody has been so excited about Jude's performances for Real Madrid this season. He's brought that into the Euros as well. But the one thing we all want to know, is there anything that he can't do? Not that I know of. I haven't seen anything so far. He's only showed us sort of what he can do, and what he's doing at the minute is unbelievable. I think the hard thing that probably goes unnoticed is to do it all year and then come to a tournament and do it it's not easy, because everyone's tired, everyone's had long seasons, and to go again and have that mindset of still wanting to be the best player it's really elite. There's got to be something you can't do, though. You can't be that perfect. Surely. Maybe I'll ask him. Yeah. I'll ask him and see if he's got anything that he's not good at. That bike looked small for him the other day, I have to say. I didn't see him on a bike, so that might be where we catch him out a little bit. Maybe he can't do a wheelie. That would be quite good. Let's talk about the wing play, because it felt like there was a little bit of a lack of width in the game against Serbia, and we know that obviously it's going to be different tactics for different teams. Yep. But with Phil playing on the left and then coming into to midfield, it felt like there was a lot of space over there, and there wasn't that much coming in. Look, I know you're always going to say that the manager's game plan is the right game plan, but how much were you sitting there going, I could have had a ball in then, could have done that from the bench? Is it difficult to watch? I think regardless of how the game was going, I would have felt like that anyway. That was the game plan, because it suits Phil to come in, so we're naturally not going to have width on that side. And Trips is also not left back, so he's obviously going to be a bit more stable, a bit more defensive than maybe Luke would. He'd be pushing right on. But but that was the game plan, and like you said, I am going to say it worked because it did, and we won. But we're also playing to players' strengths. There's no point in sticking Phil wide left because that's not his game. He's better in the pockets where he can control the game and create from central areas. You've seen that this year. But like you said, I was jumping at the bit to get on. But I never, and that's all right. You know what I mean? We won the game, and that's the important thing.
I know you're not going to tell us tactics, but obviously, as you can imagine, in the papers, in all the media outlets, everybody's thinking about what we could do for Denmark with a suggestion. Jude goes a bit deeper, Phil comes into the centre, and there are lots of calls for you to get your first start as well in a major tournament. Alan Shearer is one of those players, former players, asking for you to start. How does that make you feel when you hear that?
No, really good. I'm happy people have that belief in me, because we've got such a strong team that, you know, to have that belief in me to come in and be able to perform gives me a lot of confidence. And like I said the other day, I was chomping at the bit. I'll be ready to go regardless of my role, whether it's now or to the final. I'll be ready for whenever I'm needed. If that's the start, come off the bench, I'll come on and make an impact at some point, because I'm sure I'll be needed at some point. I've got a lot of attributes that obviously some players haven't got, and which we will need at times. So I'm in a place where I'm just staying mentally prepared and always ready to come on and perform.
Have you had a message from Alan at all, either before you came out to Germany or while you've been out here?
Not yet, not directly. But I've seen a lot of the stuff he said online, and he's always been complimentary of me since I've joined Newcastle. And yeah, I'm very thankful for that, because he doesn't have to always say good things, you know what I mean? I've had bad games, and sometimes he's maybe protecting me a little bit. But he's a really nice guy. Everyone loves him in Newcastle, and he's a legend around them parts.
Yeah. Listen, I know you're in your bubble, and I know you're in your England bubble, so I don't want to focus too much on Newcastle, but I do want to know whether or not you all saw the fixture list come out this morning, if there was a bit of a gathering round, bit of discussion going on as to who's got who.
Yeah, there was. I forgot it was happening, and I heard a few of the lads talking about it. We've got Southampton at home, which is really good. You know, starting the league season at home in front of our fans will be class. I love playing, and I just can't wait. It's good when you see the fixtures, because you sort of get excited. You're mainly looking at the start and the end, because you want to start the season well and, of course, finish the season well.
Who have you got at the end? I haven't looked that far ahead.
I can't remember.
No.
I can't remember.
I shouldn't have asked you that without having it in my back pocket, should I really? Obviously, it's been a tougher season this year than it was last year, but you don't have European football. I know you'd much rather be playing in Europe, but how do you see Newcastle's season going when you get back?
Hopefully in a good way. I think obviously the season I come, we're really successful, really just relentless in how we were playing. This year I thought we were really good. I think we're actually very unfortunate. And I'm very honest, so I wouldn't usually say that if it weren't the case. I just thought the fixtures and the injuries and stuff sort of killed us. I thought we played really well in a lot of the games. If you think back to the PSG game with the handball, if we won that game, we go through and the season looks a little bit different. But yeah, a lot of injuries, so it was hard for us really this year to really go on and do what we wanted to do. But everyone's going to be back next year. We haven't got them fixtures now, so there's no excuse for us not to go on and be successful.
Yeah, there are some reports, I'm not going to get you to specifically talk about them, but Mark Gay has been linked with a move to Newcastle. You obviously know him through England. He put in such a good performance against Serbia the other night. I thought, what's he like in training? He's
top. He's such a good player, and I was glad the nation got to see him like shine on that stage, because he's such a lovely guy, and he deserves what's coming to him. I thought he was unbelievable in that game, considering, you know, his height compared to the strikers they had on. He won every header. He was aggressive, intercepting loads, and his main strength is his composure on the ball. He's like a midfielder. So him and Stones at the back, it's a great partnership to control the game. I haven't actually seen the Newcastle links. Okay. I'm not lying to you, but I mean, it goes without saying I would absolutely love him to come, because I think he's a top player and he would make us a better team.
It would make you much stronger. I've got one last quick question before I do our social stuff, and it's just on Scotland, because I know you were eligible to play for Scotland. Did you watch their opening game, and are you going to be watching their game against Switzerland and supporting them?
Yeah, I watched the opening game. It's difficult really. I think everything that went wrong sort of did for them, and it's hard when you play with 10 men at any level. It's difficult, and when you play a team like Germany with the amount of creative and leaders they've got on the pitch, it was always going to be a tough task. But now it's about bouncing back. It's about being resilient because, you know, Portugal drawed every game in the group a couple of years ago and ended up winning it. So, I mean, hopefully they don't win it, but you know they've still got some hope.
You'd have made the wrong choice then, wouldn't you?
yeah, I would have. No, I think, you know, difficult start, but they can definitely go on and do well.
Was ist das? talkSPORT?